help us choose foreign markets. And of course, I give you some tools. Remember, I give you some tools. I told you that you can find some ranking. Okay, there are some rankings. These rankings give you the idea of give you the best place to do business, right? For example, Vietnam, is Vietnam a good place to do business? I don't know. We have to check these rankings and to see the details. For example, infrastructure. Do they offer good infrastructure? For example, stable electricity. Do they have a very electricity offer? If not, oh, that is a big troubles for the business which need stable electric power, right? Water. Do they have the clean water? Can their government guarantee they offer the water at the same standard? Yeah, that's also a concern to some business, right? So last time we gave you some tools, and in our case studies, you will repeatedly use this tool. And the entry mode, right? You have to know which is the best way to go to the Vietnam market or the Indonesia, Malaysia, right? Should we use the wholly owned, joint venture, license, or other ways to go to these markets? Probably different markets need a different entry modes. For example, if you want to go to the Malaysia, the local government asks you to form joint venture. You don't want to form a joint venture. You believe you can wholly own, but the government asks you to do that. Okay, so you are forced to do that. All right. So sometimes we have to think about the advantages and disadvantages of each entry mode, and simultaneously think about other factors that will change your entry mode choices, like the government regulation. All right. So that is all the thing we talked last week. And finally, I talked about the Starbucks. That is a benchmark in today's food industry. We hope that one day we can see some Chinese tea brand that can operate more than 30,000 stores worldwide. Hope it will happen one day. Okay, probably that brand comes from Taiwan, China, Korea, Japan. I don't know, but we expect that will happen. But before we make this goal, we have to know what's the most viable ways to do that, right? So in this semester, we have to see some successful cases like Starbucks, Jollibee. We want to know how they expand to global markets. We want to learn something from them, and later we try to summarize their key formula, their successful formula into our strategies. So that will help us go to the global market faster and easier. Okay, so that's a quickly summary. Okay. And then let's move to the movie. I want to check the movie first. All right, for individual business, if you can easily do business overseas, that would be wonderful, right? You can make big fortune. You see the opportunity there, and you know you can leverage your strengths. Later, you predict good profits. Okay, so if we can do business easily across different countries, that definitely can create huge economic value. So for whole society and for the government, that is the one way they want to boost the economy. So for example, today, China government, they try to keep attracting foreign investors. They believe that with the foreign investors' help, they can acquire the new technologies and know-how that will help their economic development, right? So today, we can see that for individual companies or for the governments, they hope the global trade can continue, especially for those developing countries. Global trade is very important. It's not just about, money, okay? It's also about the know-how, knowledge that transfers across borders, okay? And last time 2 weeks ago, I asked you to watch a movie. So, do you still remember the contents of the movie? 还记得吗？还记得这个故事吗？ It's not a movie. I should not use the term movie. It's a documentary, right? 这个是个纪录片。It's a documentary, and that is a really awesome documentary. I think the producers they don't have a very clear bias toward United States or China. I think that is wonderful. That is wonderful. They don't use some bias to judge American or Chinese behavior. They just show you the process, show you the facts in this documentary. So, as the viewers, as the audience, we can fairly judge what happened and what can we learn from this process. And I also suggest you to have this movie, 共好, 共好. Do you know this movie? You definitely don't know this movie. This movie released in 1986. 1986年 1986. So 1986. Are you in this world? No, I don't think so, right? So when did you born? 民国那个西元几年诞生的？哇 ，1998. Wow, so young. Okay, that made me feel so old. Oh, it's terrifying. That's a terrifying thing. Okay. All right. So that is a pretty old movie, and this movie describes Eastern meets Western. In the American factory, it describes the Chinese manufacturers do business in United States, right? So that is the China meets United States. And Gong Ho, this movie, describes Japan meets United States. Okay? And in 1980s, in whole 1980s, Japan's manufacturing business was strong. Okay, that is a terrifying strong. America faced a big threat from Japanese manufacturing business. So, for example, Toyota. Okay, Toyota at the moment was the biggest and efficient and most efficient automotive manufacturer. And the strong Toyota met United States unemployed. Okay, they lost their job and they closed their factories. Okay, so the Gong Ho, this movie describes very good stories that how the Japanese manufacturer go to United States to build the factory, and how they solve the cultural conflicts between Japanese and American. That is a very interesting movie. Although that is a very old movie, but when you compare Gong Ho and American factory, you see the similarities. They're pretty similar. The process, even the process, very similar. Okay. Of course, Gong Ho is a movie, so by the end of the movie, you will find good results. Okay, two sides sit together, and Chinese feel happy, American feel happy, and now they can produce high quality cars. Okay, so you see the two cultures, they don't have the conflicts anymore. They have a cooperative relationship. Because that is the movie. But in real world, okay, American factory that presents the real world. In the real world, we see obviously American and Chinese, they still have conflicts. Right? It's not easy to solve these conflicts. Alright, so I don't know how much you still remember the contents of the movie. Alright, so we have the questions for you. Let's take 10 minutes break and later check the questions. The questions here. Why China manufacturers open factory in United States? What's the motivation? Okay, we have the three questions, just three questions. So each team just need to submit one opinion. Okay, just one team, one opinion for each question. So you don't need to just the key member of your team submit the answer. You don't need everyone to submit. Okay. So let's take a 10 minutes break. 我们休息10分钟，那待会的话我们回来看一下这3个问题。
也有人。
我没。
Online movies in CX.
为什么3日可以不要去回复我？被4年不安正，一人4分。这个没有红点。
Okay. All right, let's go back to the discussion. All right, so I quickly summarized the KSF and SWOT analysis and the benchmark here. So you can check my note. You don't need to write down. I will send you by email or post it on the UMU platform. You know, today is a digitalized world, so you don't have to, you know, copy this or take a photo. Later, I just send it to you. All right. So I hope that you just focus. You just focus on what I'm saying and try to engage in a conversation. All right. So just like I said, KSF, that you understand what are the business basics that can help you success in some markets or the industry. And later you have to know the SWOT, right? If you want to go to for markets, what's the opportunities there? Okay, can we identify these opportunities? Can our strengths match the opportunities? And how to overcome our weakness? And finally, how to turn the threat into the opportunities, right? So in the middle, that is the SWOT analysis. And of course, if you really want to capture the opportunities with your strengths, you need one more thing. You need to know what's the best entry mode to the for markets. So that is all the things we discussed earlier. All right, and now we have to go back to check the more difficult things. Let's talk about the trade war. Okay. For you, that probably is a too broad issue. And you probably don't know why there is a trade war. But that is okay. We can check the American factory. Well, what happened? The magic show? Okay, so we just use the documentary American Factory to quickly assess the reasons of trade war. Okay, so there are 3 questions. Now you will have around 10 minutes to discuss these 3 questions, and you let one member submit your team's consensus. Okay, so there are 3 questions here. Go back to the UMU platform. All right, there are 3 questions. The first one is the incentive for Chinese manufacturers to open factory in United States. What's the incentives? Why do they want to do that? When you watch the documentary, you will find that the culture conflicts so strong, right? It's not easy to let 2 parties sit there and peacefully discuss our differences. It's very difficult. Right, and I believe Chinese, they must understand how difficult it is. But they decided to go to the United States, open a factory there. Why? What's their motivations? What's their incentive to do that? Okay, think about that. That is question 1, and I believe you can quickly find the incentive if you really watch the documentary from the first minute to the last minute. That is first question. And the second question, do you have a better solution to deal with the complaints from American? Alright, so in the movie, you see American complain a lot, right? What do they complain? 他们抱怨什么？你们在电影里面他们看到抱怨什么？ What do they complain? 记得吗？他们抱怨什么？ Safety, right? They complain safety. What else? Salary, okay? And salary, safety. What else? I think that there are 2 major things we found from the movie. But there are something else, right? There are something else. You will see that the manager's attitude. Okay, they also complain about the manager attitude. They say that managers, especially Chinese managers, they don't care about American, right? They just view them as soldiers. They don't view them as human. Somehow you can feel that, right? So they complain about the managers' carefulness. Okay, that is also something they complain. Okay, there are so many complaints. Okay, there are so many complaints. And how to deal with that? Do you have the better solution? All right, think about that. Do you have the better solution to solve these complaints? Okay, that is the second question. And the third one is, all right. We see that in the last part of this documentary, Chinese managers and unions, they fight fiercely, right? Laborers who supported union try to convince all the employees vote for them, right? Vote for the union. But managers from China, especially the founder, Mr. Cao, they don't buy in the union idea. They believe the union, the labor union, will ruin factories' efficiency. Okay, so do you agree with that? And we know that the result is the union not formed, right? Actually, we can see the Chinese managers, they try many ways to stop the establishment of the union. Okay, but that is not what we want to talk. I just want you to evaluate the importance of the union. You know, if you want to do business in United States, you have to face this issue. They care about the union. They care about the labor union. And do you think the labor union will affect the efficiency? Is that truly bad for the operation? Will union let labor become lazy? Okay, so I hope you can thoroughly evaluate the union's function and value. Okay, so just 3, and we think we just spend a couple minutes to let you finish this part. Okay, I think 10 minutes or 15 minutes will be enough. Okay, please do it right now. 所以现在小组就开始讨论吧。赶快把这3题呢，赶快先把它完成吧。哎，一个人就好了，一个人传就好了，所以你们就讨论，然后一个人传就好。OK。Only one member needs to submit. Any member of your team, submit your opinions. Okay? You don't need to submit everyone.想一下这3点。好了。
表现好，没有
If you have a question, you can ask me. 等一下啊，有没有什么问题都可以问。 You have around 10 minutes to finish these 3 questions. So just input your quick thoughts. Okay, just a quick thoughts. You don't have to, have comprehensive answers. Just quick thoughts. 就很快的把你的想法把它放进去哦，不用到非常的完整，不用到非常的完整。Hello， 喂。
我怎么打？
はい。
哎，你讲。
Hello。 Okay, we saw some teams submit. Okay, 3 teams submit. That's great. Okay, keep going. And you will see that it's really tough issues for both sides, Chinese or American. How to manage the factory in an efficient way? Can we find the best solution? Can we really merge American and the Chinese ways to run the business? That is a tough issue. First thing, we give you the extra 1 minute, okay? We have the 4 teams submit. So I think 5. That's great. That's great. No, you don't need to give the examples. If you have, that will be wonderful. Later, I will help you to quickly recall the documentary. I abstract subtitles from the movie. Well, will help you quickly memorize the key issues that highlight in the documentary. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, keep thinking. What's the importance of the union? Why they go to the United States? Why Chinese go to the United States? If they can make everything perfect, why they go to the United States? Right? Think about that. And then you can image. You can image that. If you are a freshman, do you want to work for Fuyao Body, Fuyao Glass? Do you want to work for them? No matter their factory established in United States, Taiwan or China, do you want to work for this kind of high power or power centric company? Do you want to do that? Okay. And I have to give you the fact that in Taiwan, many traditional manufacturers exactly follow Fuyao Gas management system. Not saying we are copy their management system. We understand that Fuyao just presents very traditional ways to managing factories. And in Japan, Taiwan, Korea, today we still find a lot of factories follow the same management styles. Okay, we have the 8 teams submit. And if your team is not yet finished, keep doing. Okay, you can keep submitting your answers. Okay, let's check the results. Alright, what's the incentive for Chinese manufacturers to open factory in the United States? Okay, so here is your answers. For example, the first team, Hsiang. Okay, so we quickly check your ideas. Hsiang, where is your team? Where is Hsiang? Okay, so can you quickly explain what is your key point? 你的主要的论点是什么？你们组的主要论点是什么？ That's okay in Chinese, and later translate into English. Okay? Yeah. 谈一下吧。主要论点是什么？ Okay, so US used to be manufacturing power, right? It used to be a management, a manufacturing, the biggest manufacturing country, right? So probably Hsiang Gas try to leverage United States capability and experience. That's what you want to mention, right? 就是说他们是想要利用美国这边过去的经验跟他们的能力，是吧？所以过去是这样。Come on, check the document. Try to think about the scenes and the dialogues in the documentary. From the documentary, do you see the advantage of American manufacturing? Do you see that? 有没有看到任何美国制造的优势吗 ？In the documentary, do you see any advantages of American style manufacturing? Do you see that? 有没有看到吗？美国制造优势在哪里 ？Actually, no, right? In this documentary, actually, you cannot find any significant advantages of American manufacturing. In the documentary, you see Chinese manufacturing looks like superior than American manufacturing, right? These workers, these laborers, have experience. You can see the documentary, they are experienced workers. They are not fresh people, right? They are not freshmen. They are experienced laborers. But in front of these Chinese managers and the laborers, they look so inexperienced, right? They look like not very focused on their jobs. They don't care about the overall goal of the factory. So we don't see any obvious competitive advantage of American manufacturing, right? So yeah, think twice. Probably you can get other better explanation of Hsiang Gas motivation in United States. Okay, let's check. How about the others? Okay, yeah, Yishen, this team offer us other idea. Probably that is the tax relief. Yeah, indeed. The local government, the state government try to attract foreign investors, so they must offer tax relief and other benefits to attract foreign investors, like electricity. They guarantee electricity, land, transportation, and others. Okay, by helping the foreign investors, these foreign manufacturers can quickly go into the operation, right? So that probably is a very important motivation. Okay, let's see others. Zihan. Okay, tax again is still the benefits that the local governments give to Chinese manufacturers. And what else? Let's see. Okay, tariff. Well, that is a very important point. I think that is Xin, where are you? Okay, so can you explain it to everyone in English? Yeah, just give you a chance to practice. Come on. 等一下，好，可以了，没问题了，等完了，来。关税知道什么字是什么吧？Tariff, right? Tariffs. So what's your key point? Come on, let me know your key point.
Because Chinese manufacturer want to avoid the transportation cost and traffic incurred during the
Oh, okay. So if the Chinese manufacturers try to export gas from China to United States, they face two troubles. The first one is tariffs, right? The U.S. government now impose very high tariffs on Chinese products. So that is the first trouble they face. And there are the second trouble now they face. That is transportation. We know gas is fragile, right? It will be easily broken by some factors, for example, human, right? If there is some shock, you will see the glass will be broken. So that will be a big trouble to the glass manufacturers. Okay, so now we can see there are indeed two issues they face. First is the tariffs threat, that is first. And the second one is the transportation troubles. Alright? So if they want to keep their glass safe and good, it's better to set the factory that close to their customers. Okay? And if they want to really let their products have competitive advantages in terms of the cost, it's better to have the factory in United States to avoid the tariff. Okay, so I think that is the main incentives. 这个大概就是主要的 what happened？ 你懂了？哦 ，OK， 好，我不知道，忽然间就有人那个椅子不见了这样，对。Okay, so that's two main incentives. There are two main incentives. All right. Okay, so thanks to this team's idea, and let's see other students. Do you have the better ideas? Yeah. Second reason, yeah, broken glass, right? Yeah, so when you ship the glass from China to United States, you have to face the broken glass issue, right? So, every glass counts. They don't want to see the broken glass, all right? So if you see that the rate of the broken glass is high, the ratio is high, they have to manufacture more to compensate the broken ones, right? So for example, your customer needs 1 million glass, and you find that probably 2% of this shipment will be damaged. So you have to manufacture more, right? So when you ship your glass to United States, you have to add extra 2% of the production to prevent the broken glass issues. Alright, so that is the troubles they face. Okay, the labor cost. Alright, so anyway, everyone understand that the local government's support and the subsidy will cut the overall operation cost of the Fuyao glass. That is the big benefit they received. Alright, so I think the first question, everyone is okay, right? Everyone is okay. Alright, this argument is a little bit weird. We know the local factory shut down and many people lost their jobs, but I don't think the Fuyao glass mission is to save these people, right? That is not their mission. They are not going to save people there. They know that people who lost their jobs will have the motivations to accept the lower salary job, right? They must have this motivation. When they lost their job, they must have find immediate income. So that probably is their motivation to go to there. They Fuyao glass understood that they have the bargaining power over these laborers, right? But their goal definitely is not to save people there. Okay, they are not God, right? That's not their mission. 所以不要搞错了啊，就是工厂倒掉，然后让员工失业。那福耀玻璃不是当救世主的，好吧？哦，他们不是真的要去那边当救世主的，他们到那边可能是因为他们对于当地的员工来讲有非常高的议价能力，好，所以他们可以砍那个薪资。Okay, so that is the first question, and let's jump to the second one. Do you have the better solution? Do you have the better solution to deal with complaints? Alright, so let's quickly go through your idea. The solution is understand each other. Yeah, do you see they do something to improve mutual understanding? The Fuyao gas managers, do they do something to improve the mutual understanding? Yes, they do, right? Later, we review the contents of the movie, and you will see that, yeah, they do something, right? They try to improve the mutual understanding, actually do something. But it failed. What happened? Okay, and let's see what else you have. you want people increase the communication skills, especially the language, right? Yeah, it can work, but is that really the problem they face? Or actually a deeper reason that explains the conflicts between Chinese and America? It's just the language barrier the most important factor? Okay, so later we check. The union, okay, boundary understand and both cannot reach a consensus with the employee. The union needs to discuss the main ideas. Okay, so ruling, where is your team? Ruling. Okay, so what you want to say is to use the power of the union to be the broker, deal with these complaints. That's what you mean, right? 就是说你想用工会来解决这个所有冲突的问题嘛 ？OK， 是这个意思嘛，对不对 ？So this team looks like they want to use the union as the best intermediary to deal with the conflicts between Chinese and America. Okay, but we know the attitude, the Chinese attitude is not supporting union. So it is impossible to let the union become a very useful way to deal with the complaints, you know? Yeah. But a good point, if there is a union, probably it will be better, right? American, they trust the union. They believe the union will strike for them. They work for them to get the best benefits. What else? Insurance, incentive program. Okay, later let's examine the incentive programs they offer to American laborers. Actually, do they offer any significant rewarding program, incentive program to American laborers? Do you see that? Actually, no, right? In the movie, they don't show this. Okay, they don't show this. They don't show us what's their incentive programs. But think about that. If there is really an incentive program or the rewarding program, will the situation getting better? I don't know. Really? We let the high performance employee get paid. Will that solve the complaints? Probably that can solve some complaints, but not all, right? And we believe that this program can, help part of the employees, not all employees. Okay, follow the law. Yeah. But from the Chinese manager's point of view, they try to follow the law, but they just keep it at a very low standard, right? For example, the law said that you labor per week can work 40 hours. All right. If you want to let your labor work more than 40 hours, you have to give them the overtime pay. Probably the Fuyao guys, they want to do that, right? Or they ask the laborers to work in Saturday. They promise they will give you the pay, but you must go to the factory in Saturday. So, they will get them paid. But they ask they work more than 40 hours. Okay, it's still, they still follow the law. So can it work? Can this way really solve the problems? I don't know. We check it later. Okay, so you mentioned a lot of ways. Yeah, you can give it a like if you believe some team's answer is good. You can give it a like. Okay, and finally, union. So what's the function of the union in United States? From the documentary, we know that the union's major function is to stand in the shoes of the laborers, to negotiate with the managers. And why they have to do that? Because they believe that individual labor, they don't have bargaining power over managers and the capitalists. So they need the union to help them. They need the collective power to negotiate with the capitalist. All right. So, but many foreign manufacturers, they don't like the union. They believe the union will destroy the efficiency. So, what's the idea of you? Let's see. I agree. Oh, so Rolling, you believe the union is bad for the American factory, right? Okay. And Pingyi, no. Okay, Pingyi, where are you? Where are you? So you say no. So you believe a union is necessary. Union is positive, right? Okay, why? Why you think that is a positive? Or your team members, why you think that is positive? Why? Because that is American style, you know. That is American. In United States, you must have the union. Huh? Oh, really? Okay, yeah. So, your idea? What's your idea?
Because if they have bad working certificate, the neighbors can have more better working products.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, so with the help of the union, laborers will feel comfortable, right? So they can focus on their job better. Okay, I think that is, yeah, this is a good point. But you know, Chinese, they had a union. Okay, they had a union. So how to solve the problem? Okay, agree. So many of you agree, yes, reject, disagree. Okay. Okay. Anyway, you can see that you have a very different opinions, right? Actually, opposite opinions. Here, I abstract the subtitles from the movie. Okay, so we quickly go through this content, and we can capture the key arguments between Chinese and American. So, see, in the very early beginning of the documentary, there is a dialogue like this. A guy asked the manager, the Fuyao Glass manager, that, is this a union shop? Yeah, he just want to know, will we have the union? And the manager, from very early beginning, the answer is no. There is no union. There is no union. So you can see that from the first meeting, manager delivered very clear message to all employees. We will not have the union. So if you want to join Fuyao Glass, you have to accept this fact. We will not have the union. Of course, later, laborers try to strive for their rights. They want to have the union. But from very early beginning, you see that Chinese managers, they stand in a very solid position. They don't want it. Okay, they don't want the union. And let's move down. Just like you said, factory shut down, and many people, they lost their job. So Fuyao Glass at this moment have a very strong bargaining power over laborers and the state government, right? And okay, and we know that Chinese managers, they do something to understand American. That is one conversation. Do you still remember that? You will see that there is a manager. He explained what's the American's culture, right? What's the American? What is the American culture? So that is a very, I think, that very interesting part. So I put this section here. We need to get to know Americans. Americans say what they are thinking directly. Everything is practical and realistic. Okay, so you know, people go to United States, they do some training. They want to let Chinese managers understand the cultural differences. But do you think the training work? 你觉得那个训练有效吗？你觉得他们这样训练完有效吗？就是讲一讲之后有效吗？ Obviously not, right? You will find that the training usually will not work. Just like here. Okay, we have the training course. We try to tell you the cultural differences between Taiwan and Japan, and later I just threw you into Japan, and I expect you deliver high performance in Japan. Will it work? Definitely not. Right? So the training, communication, they do. Okay, they try something, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So we will know that to narrow down the gap between different cultures is not easy. It's not easy. Training course just give you the awareness. Remember the term awareness. You aware the differences between cultures, that is the only thing you get, and that is the only thing the training can give to you. Others, like the solid skills to solve cultural differences, no, it is not included in the training program. You must face the real situation and the practice. If you don't have the real situation, how can you develop your skills? So that is the reason why all the cross-cultural training cannot deliver the best results. 所以大部分的训练都无效的啦。这我只能跟各位讲一件事情，就是说大部分的训练无效。One day your company, one day you go to the, you work for some company, and your company send you to Indonesia, and then your company must give you a training. Your company will tell you what's the Muslim words, how they think. Okay, you must remember that you can eat pork, you can do something, blah blah blah. They will tell you everything. But can that really solve your problem when you face local people? No, it will not. It just gives